I'm Ellie, and we are live from Studio A here with the Shackletons. Yes, and I am a part of Road Salt Radio, a student-run program on the North 103.3. And would you like to introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Colin Campbell.
I'm Cameron Campbell, if we're doing last names.
And I'm Evan Campbell.
Like the soup.
Just like the soup.
All Campbell soups.
Absolutely.
All right, so you guys are all brothers,
Yep.
Yes.
right? And then what kind of made you want to start this band as brothers?
So Cameron and I grew up playing in bands together with various other people in variations. And Evan was younger, so we were like, no, at first. But then I grew up going to blues jams every week, and eventually Evan got swept up in that too. And eventually this lady named Shirley Smith, who was like Albert King's manager and just like the greatest lady, she was like, hey, I booked you guys as a band. And we're like, oh. And that was like over 10 years ago now. So it's been a couple name changes, but
Nice. So it
this
wasn't-
is us, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't really your choice, but like a happy coincidence.
I think so.
Coincidence, yeah.
I like having Ev here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like being here.
Nice. And then you guys are all Campbells. So what's up with the name? Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, well, I guess, I mean, like you said, we went through a whole bunch of name changes.
Right.
So we were the C Notes.
That wasn't our choice,
That
though.
wasn't our choice.
And then we were calling Campbell in the C Notes to differentiate from another C Notes that were in town. But then I was a weird guy putting my name in front of a band with two of my brothers. and then we switched to Colin Campbell and the Shackletons, but we kept my name there just so we didn't lose any, like, who are these people? And then eventually we got to cut my name out, and that was
Yeah.
great.
And it was just, I don't know, we like a band called The Weaker Thins. And there was a line in a song called Our Retired Explorer that said, in the right light, you look like Shackleton. And I think that was, at least for me, the first time.
The first reference, yeah. And then
then
we kind of looked into it, and he's an Antarctic explorer from like the early 20th century, but his ship like got destroyed on the ice, and it was like a harrowing journey, but I think they all made it.
They
It was
all
like-
made it. I think one
first
dude
time.
lost 2 feet. He lost both feet. You know?
Oh,
That's it. Otherwise, they made it out.
And we
It
play a
was
lot of shows
insane.
through the snow for some reason, so it's kind of just an inside joke. And it's also a fun word to say. I'm just being honest.
Very fun to say.
And if we were really Campbells, it would just remind people of soup, I think.
gotcha. Too much soup.
Too
Yeah,
much soup.
Too much soup merchandise.
Yeah. All right. Well, you guys are from Stillwater, right?
Yeah, we live in the cities in Minneapolis, but we are from Stillwater.
Gotcha. And then have you guys been playing like all your life, or is this something like recent that you've gotten into?
Since we were kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like, I mean, I think
Single digits I started playing.
I picked up trombone in 5th grade for band, and I procrastinated not playing trombone by learning guitar. So that's probably where it started for me, was to not practice trombone.
Yeah, I was supposed to practice guitar and I didn't, and then now I do this.
No, I play bass.
I started playing guitar. I had to do something else.
Nice. So did you guys have any like influences growing up, or like just starting this band? Any specific artists or styles of music?
I mean, yeah. We were really into music as kids and stuff. I think a big one for all of us is probably the Who.
Yeah.
Is one
Hold
that
steady.
the Hold
That's a
Steady.
huge one.
More found it Tom Petty. We're all pretty outrageous Tom Petty fans. Yeah, there's definitely influences. I think everything is.
Yeah, I think once we, I don't know, got a bit older, we started to dive into like the old like Minneapolis punk scene. So we're like huge Replacements fans.
Yeah.
Sweet, sweet.
And so we've done entire Replacement sets.
Yeah.
Nice. So you guys play in Minneapolis a lot too, right?
Every now and again.
Yeah.
I don't know. We play in southern Minnesota a lot because Winona and Rochester are really great music towns, and I want to rep them as much as I can. But I don't know. With Minneapolis, it's really great to just like make a splash every now and again instead of, just playing as much as you can. It feels
yeah.
more, I don't know, like a hometown show, like you've been working other places, I guess.
Nice. I like that. And then how would you guys kind of describe your music style and process? Like what goes through making a song and producing it and like just getting like the feel of it, you know?
Well, I
know it's a lot.
No,
sorry.
I know. Well,
Sorry.
it's a weird thing to try to encapsulate because I write I write the song kind of like, like these are the chords, here's the words, and then we just kind of build it together, and just workshop it until it feels right, or it sounds like I think it's supposed to, or they think it's supposed to. But I don't know, I don't have like a whole process. I don't write many things down. We get into the studio when we can, and it's usually for short bursts, so it's just like, I'll try to play it right. and and that's about as far as that goes. But yeah, I don't know. I write the songs. We all put it together. That works. Yeah.
Cool. I think that's pretty much the rest of my questions.
Excellent.
So are you guys going into another song? You are playing
exactly what it looks like.
Exactly what it looks like. All right, sweet.
A sheet of nausea straight over me, the lack of breakfast. Oh, how we set the scene. I've got the venom, but my face won't pierce through skin. Let's see what happens if you ever try to let me in. I've been waiting a long, long time for this. The optimism of a narcissist, and I ain't patient, but I'm still around. Gravity's the only thing that hasn't let me down. So did you find what you were searching for? It's exactly what it looks like. Try not to tunnel underneath your foot. It's exactly what it looks like. Pick a moment, I believe you. Push the border when the coast seems clear. Hands on a holster, full of finger gun. If he sees you, best believe he's using everyone. So did you find what you were searching for? It's exactly what it looks like. Try not to tunnel underneath your foot. It's exactly what it looks like. Trust him like the end daily. It's no wonder your sister hates me. I love you, the bearer of bad news. Kindred spirit and speculation. By the state of my home unhaunted. Can't change if she wants the evening's begun. So did you find what you were searching for? It's exactly what it looks like. Try not to tunnel underneath your foot. It's exactly what it looks like. I hope you find what you were searching for. It's exactly what it looks like. Some cavernous tunnel swallowed up your blood. I give you my famous little tagline. It's exactly what it looks like. 'Cause I'm crashing through your skylight. No one's alibi's airtight. It's exactly what it looks like. It's exactly what it looks like. It's exactly what it looks like. It's exactly what it looks like.
All right, this is Road Salt Radio on the North 103.3. I am Jack here in studio with the Shackletons.
Hello.
Hello again.
1-for-1, killing it so far. One song down. How you guys feeling?
It's good. It's making us nervous for the other ones.
Yeah.
Gonna be
Got a lot
great.
to live up to.
Do you guys have a favorite song to play live?
I think it depends on the night, because every
Yeah.
show's a little bit different.
I like King Jeff personally. I don't really know why.
I like that song name. It's a good title.
It's for my friend King Jeff.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Shout out King Jeff.
Yeah, shout out. Always shout out King Jeff. I really like, I don't know, I like newer things that we get to play. We have some new songs we've been messing around with, which is one of the next ones we're going to do, so that's good. That's relevant. There's a song off our album, our self-titled, called Friends to the Undead. That's like a solo acoustic, but we've kind of been playing it as like a full band country swing thing, and I have a lot of fun playing that. So, Ev?
What about you, Evan?
I would say, honestly, right now, it's probably the next song we're going to play, Errata, one of the newer ones. I just
That's good to hear.
have a lot of fun with it.
Nice. Well, you guys did just release an out. Not just. It's been over a year now. Last November,
Has it? Oh, no.
you released your self-titled album. What kind of went into writing that? Was it, like, different than the EPs you had released before that?
Yeah, well, it was a different producer, first of all. So prior to the album, we worked with a man named Ed Ackerson, who was in a Minneapolis band called Bean Alex. He ran this independent studio called Flowers. He died a handful of years ago, but he was like, I'm half joking when I say this, but probably one of the only people I've ever full forcefully respected, like over the top brimming. So he taught us a lot, and everything except the album was him. But, you know, with that unfortunate tragedy, we got put in the hands of John Fields, who's really great. He did the first 4 Jonas Brothers records, Salt and Pepper, Soul Asylum stuff. If anyone likes Andrew WK, he did Andrew WK's Party Hard, and I think that's pretty fun. But so it was a complete, you know, kind of vibe shift of like how it works, the pacing of work. But a lot of these songs were ones we just had kicking around for a long time. So I think we ran in there and cut it in 2 days.
Something like that.
Yeah.
It was really fast.
It was the first full length, so we just had this, you know, what songs do we want to do? Because it was just years and years of compiling. So there wasn't really a very direct writing process for that one, you know? It's just kind of the sampler, I guess you could say. Do I want to say that?
The next one, though.
Yeah.
The next one's
Watch
way
out.
more thought out.
Yeah. Watch out.
Well, going off that, is there a song that, like, on the album you like the best? Like, it turned out the best, you think?
It depends on the day. Like, okay, because sometimes I listen to the album, there's a song called Wall Socket, and that one's the most intimidating live for me and Cameron. We're like, whew, that's a doozy to play. And sometimes I listen to the album, and I'm like, this is my least favorite one on the album. And then, you know, a couple weeks later on, I'll hear the 8th song or album again, I'll be like, this is the best song on the album. So, I don't know. It's hard for me to... I like the Cartographer a lot. I'll go with that.
Okay. Kind of answered my other question, which is there a worst song on the album?
Oh, man.
That
you hit-
depends. That
on the
depends
day.
on what you're judging by, you know? So,
I don't...
if you got to pick one,
I-
do it, Cam.
Oh, man. That's
I'll take it personally.
I know. Well, like, maybe I could, like, pick one off, like, the EPs or something. I don't know.
Yeah. This time next year off the EP, we don't touch that one.
We don't
really.
touch that one.
Yeah. Drunken Vancouver off the first EP does not get touched whatsoever, but someone
really ring a
demanded
bell,
it at a
man.
show recently, and so we had to relearn how to play it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm going with, it's not on the album, but I'm going with Drunken Vancouver.
Put you on the spotlight tonight and ask you to play it.
Oh, boy.
Don't tempt us. Don't tempt us.
I really have no idea how to play it.
That was one of the problems we ran into, when it was
I know
requested.
a part where it goes, and that's about it.
That's all you need. After the release of the album, was there, like, some level of touring you guys did or just some level of extended show playing you guys did?
Well, so we did a tour with the album. We did a West Coast tour, so we kind of, where did we start? Spokane? We were silly and didn't route to Spokane, but we went to Spokane and, you know, we went to Seattle and up to Bellingham, which is like, I used to live there for a year. You know, in Bay Area, LA, through Vegas. We didn't play in Vegas, but we did go to Vegas. It's important to note. He's wearing his Vegas tourist.
Vegas.
Yeah, that's what we went to the Haunted Museum in Vegas. Zach Baggins from Ghost
No
Adventures.
shows. Just being like, we need to go to see
We
Zach
took a day
Baggins.
off, to see the guy from Ghost
Highly
Adventures.
recommend the Haunted Museum
So,
if you're ever in Vegas.
and then, so that was during that. And then early in the spring the next year, I think it was May, we did an East Coast run out to like New England and just set up camp in a house and just did the little 2-hour runs to all the cities. And So there's been a little bit of touring.
Yeah, I think that one worked a bit more because we definitely had some more push behind the album. So like every show we did, there's at least somebody that was like, "Hey, came up to see you," and it's like, we're
wild.
in Boston.
Yeah, it's wild.
Nice. I'm sticking with kind of like my favorites questions. Is there a most memorable show from that run?
Oh, Cambridge. Yeah, Cambridge was great. So Cambridge is like Boston technically, but they'll get mad if you say that. But it's like where like MIT and Harvard is, like right across the bridge. And we played this bar called State Park with this band called Mace, and they were having an album release party. And the stage setup was where they had a pool table usually, so there was like a pool light like right here, but it was packed in there, and it was, you know, mostly Mace, but there was like a dozen college kids from like Providence that all like caravan to see us, and so that was really wild to be that far from home and having, you know, some New England college bros, you know, like show up in force. Yeah, I'd say Cambridge. That was my fave.
Yeah. Ev, do you got a favorite?
Yeah, I'd say that one too.
Yeah.
Oh, good. We're all in
New
agreement.
York was
Nice.
fun.
Yeah, unanimously.
Yeah,
Yeah,
New York was fun because
really
it was,
cool to
but
see.
only because we'd never seen New York. So we're
That
like,
show was really fun too, actually.
yeah, it was good.
In New York,
New York was a good one.
Yeah.
got a good.
You could
good
ask us
sandwich.
for the bad ones too. We could
We
A lot
could
of-
get
yeah,
into that. Is there a worst show?
Was it Vermont? Is that what it was?
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was Vermont. We played a place in Burlington. That I won't name it because I don't want to badmouth anyone. And the people at the place were nice, so like I'm not. But it's like right on.
The employees were nice.
Yes, they were. They were very nice. What's that church market square? Anyone know? What's that thing called in Burlington, where it's like the church? You know, it's like the big church with the brick courtyard and the market.
No clue.
Okay, it's a
We were
thing.
there
It's
and
the
I have
most
no
famous
idea.
thing in Burlington, but
I
it was
can
right
see
on
what
that.
you're thinking of.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called. But we played 4 hours in this weird stage that was like half the bar was behind it, with everyone behind us instead of in front. So it was like very long. It was the longest trek. So I'd say Burlington. No offense to Vermont. I like Vermont, but I didn't like that show. That's the least favorite.
Yeah, that was rough.
Nice. No further questions. You guys are unleashing a new song now. This one's Errata, right?
Yes.
Cool. Take it away.
Thank you. There we go.
We're good. We're good, guys.
Why'd you try to call me at 5 o'clock in the morning? Nothing wakes me up, you think that buzzard would. Traversing through the daunting character everlasting. The seasons don't slow down like I wish they could. Erotic. shedding legacies. How I wish things would have happened. Ain't we so damn lucky? This ship moves with or without you. This ship moves with or without you. This ship moves with or without you. What?
That was awesome.
Thank you.
My name's Justine. This is live from Studio A with the Shackletons. 2 down. How we feeling?
Feeling
Feel like we got
good.
one more to go.
Over the hump.
Well, good thing because you have a lot more to play tonight for the concert, of course.
We
Oh,
sure
yeah.
do.
Yeah, you guys excited?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I've never been to the depot before, but everyone I've talked to's been to the depot. They're like, "You're playing the train? Is it the train place?"
Yes, it is.
So there's trains involved.
Yeah. Well, you have to go somewhere else to see the trains.
That's
but
okay.
the Great Hall.
The
Great Hall-
essence is there.
Yes, exactly. We included it on the poster for a reason.
Excellent, excellent.
Are you guys
good.
fans of trains?
Yeah.
I would classify
Yeah,
myself
great.
on the meter of not fan to fan of trains. I'm further to the fan side
Yeah,
than the
definitely.
not fan
Not,
side.
Sweet.
not like crazy about them.
I'm not one of them train guys.
I'm not like an
Definitely
Amtrak
respect
fan.
Not an Amtrak fan? Oh,
No, absolutely not. Not.
that's all right.
I'm sorry, Amtrak.
Yeah, we're not protecting that business by holding out its name.
Yeah, not that one.
Yeah, not Amtrak. But we're really excited for the show. We've been meaning to come up to Duluth for a while now.
Yeah, Colin, you reached out back in August.
did,
Yeah,
yeah.
trying to get a show together. I'm glad it's finally happening.
So am I.
What
We played Blush a while ago, and now Blush is gone. So it's been way too long since we've been up here. So yeah, when this came through, we were like, "Yep, we're on it, 100%." So this has been the one I've been looking forward to for a while since it.
Awesome. Well, just with your guys' stage performance, I know, and I'm sorry to the listeners over the air, you all have long hair. Was that a trend that somebody started or one of you?
You know, okay, it's always at various spots. I like feeling like a chia pet, so I grow it out until I'm annoyed, and then I shave it. So you're just catching a shaggy. We're not necessarily like a long hair band by design, but I guess early 2023 Shackletons is kind of a long hair band. So who needs a haircut the most, though?
I think
Probably.
Cam. He
Yeah,
has
I
the
mean,
longest.
I
It
actually
was
haven't-
rhetorical. No, I'm
Cam,
joking.
you look great when you're headbanging. Like,
Thank you.
know,
That's
you
what
got
I
the
think.
He's been
flow.
working on it.
I've been working on it. Yeah. You know, I haven't never had it this long. You know, I think it's almost been 9 months since a haircut. So
9 months.
yeah.
Dang.
You know, to be honest, it's literally just because I don't think about it, and I'm
Sure.
like, well, I guess I'm not getting a haircut.
I think I got a haircut for when we were on tour out east because our brother was getting married,
Yeah, that's the one I
and
got
we
my
were
last
we
one.
were
Y'all got it,
groomsmen.
yeah.
Yeah, so we're like, we better clean up.
So it's been 9 months for all of us.
Not a good haircut.
No, yeah, it was a horrible
That was
haircut.
like the worst experience ever.
I went to a bougie salon and got a great
Yeah, we went and
haircut.
got like $10 cuts at this random place. in
Yeah, it was Western
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts, and it was all tile, like weird white old '90s tile, and he had a big mod vape, and they were blaring Seinfeld in the corner. And he gave us bowl cuts.
He was watching the show the whole time.
Yeah, he was just watching Seinfeld. So
Not going back there ever again.
Well, going back on you said, is there a fourth brother?
there's
Thank you.
5 of us.
There's 5
There's
of us,
5.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's an older one. He's in the Navy. But he's in Minnesota for the time being, so that's very nice. And he just got married, so we got like a new like sister-in-law. So that's new and neat, you know.
Awesome.
And then we have a 16-year-old little brother who's pretty great.
Is he up and coming in the band, or just gonna be
He's-
shunned for a little
you know
bit
what?
more?
He likes gaming, but he's also like he's a really good singer. He could
He's a
out-sing
great
me.
singer,
Yeah,
yeah.
so he's in a couple of like choirs and stuff.
I think he honestly like blows us out of the water.
Yeah,
Blows us.
that guy's got vocal control, but he's not like as music-y as us, so we can just be salty about it, you know?
Yeah.
The untapped potential.
All right. Well, your next song coming up is gonna be Exotic Pets. Have you personally ever owned, a weird animal or anything? This is Minnesota, so it's nothing too out of the box.
Actually, yeah, he did. Colin definitely owned a weird animal.
Which one you talking about, Waldo?
I'm talking about Waldo.
Yeah, so one of the best animals you can find. I don't like touching animals that don't want to be touched, okay? Because, like even frogs that try to get away from you, I'm like, you probably don't want me touching you. The best animal to catch, though, just because they're gentle little babies, they're really good, is salamanders, tiger salamanders, which weirdly have spots. They're like black. Yeah. So tiger salamanders are gentle, very nice creatures, and I had one for like a couple years that I caught, and his name was Waldo, and he got fat. He was like 3 salamanders in one. So he was wonderful. That was probably the most exotic. We had a Chinese water dragon.
I've had some praying mantises.
Yeah, I guess he has had some praying mantises. So
That's pretty cool.
yeah,
They're
Wait, when was
included
that?
in the song, in the lyrics, aren't they? Yeah.
yeah.
Did you ever watch one eat another one?
No, I only.
So
I only
this
have
this song, it was like, was it a little bit post-COVID or was it pre-COVID? I don't remember. I think it was pre-COVID. So we have to think about that now, which is weird. But we hadn't played a show in a bit, and we were playing this basement show that was like a block down from where me and Cam and eventually Evan was living. And there's some people hanging out before the show, and we're like there setting up, and there was this person there, and they were talking about how they had 3 praying mantises named Kevin, Nick, and Joe. And the night earlier, that Joe had eaten Kevin. And I was like, I don't really like going to parties. I'm not good with like crowds, but I wrote that song like the next day because I remember thinking, I'm like, that is the most interesting thing that somebody has ever told me at like a party. I'm like, that stuck with me. Like I was actually invested in knowing like who was gonna win. And it was Joe. Joe ate Nick next day. So I just thought it was a cool conversation. So I wrote a song about that cool conversation.
That's awesome. Since you are a group of 3 brothers, do you ever get compared to like the Jonas Brothers? Kind of a running joke at the station is AJR.
I didn't even know they were siblings.
We, in our youth, tried our hardest to thwart Jonas Brothers comparisons because they embarrassed us. But I like them better this time around. They're fine. They're not hurting nobody.
We have the same producer.
Yeah, but now we're with the person making our albums is like the person that made their albums like back in the early days, right? The OG JBs, you know?
Just don't, compare us to Hanson.
Yeah, no, throw hands if Hanson no, I'm joking. We should cover Mbop just because they're a long-haired band.
They are.
Yeah, so maybe we're getting into Hanson territory.
Well, I'm excited for the show tonight. It's at the St. Louis County Depot Great Hall, January 20th. Doors open at 7, 8 to 11. We'll have Love House opening for you.
Woo-woo.
Super excited for that as well. Show your student IDs at the door. You get a free T-shirt. We got T-shirts for all you guys as well. Yeah.
Love free T-shirts.
All right, take it away.
Nothing clever to say, no laugh track. My blank stares lighten up the match. Repurposing Phantom House, hold past to something I used to make a friend. She's got pet praying mantises. They one another, she said. and my conversation windows closing. In a suitcase, finders keepers, smuggling back to Midwest State. Daily commuter on Metro Transit. Someday you'll release your plane. He's got the braving to say that he won another, she said. Now that there only is one left, there's gotta be something else. There's gotta be something else that I can sink my teeth into. Buy more exotic pets. Don't I know what to talk to you about? Buy more exotic pets. Don't I know what to talk to you about? Please buy more cannibal pets. Don't I know what to talk to you about? Buy more exotic pets. Don't I know what to talk to you about?
Awesome as always. Well, thank you for coming out today.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, of course. Looking forward to the show tonight. Today's live from Studio A was produced by Christine Dean. Jack Larson was the audio technician. Studio video done by PBS North and hosted today by Ellie Adams, Jack Bester, and myself, Justine Meyer. With funding provided from the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund. To check out upcoming guests or to listen to previous sessions, go to thenorth1033.org and click on Live from Studio A under Programs. This has been Live from Studio A with the Shackletons on the North 1033. Thank you so much for listening.